Okay, in theory I'm live. I say that because I have no idea. I don't know. Nobody knows. The shadow knows. No, I have no idea if the shadow knows. It says that there's 5 people watching, and it looks like I'm live. It says excellent connection. Hello, Cleveland. Can you hear me? Am I live? Am I not dead? Well, I mean, YouTube has already sent me the notification that I'm live. So, that is a thing that has happened. There it goes. Okay, so apparently people can see me. Hello, everyone. Greetings. Stay a while and listen. To me, Marauder EX. Rowan, come here. I wanted you to sit on the chair. Instead, you scratch at the rug. Come sit on the chair. I position the camera so that the internet can see you. Yes. See? Look at you. Look at you being all you. It's adorable. Like, yeah. And of course, he leaves. And now he wants to hop in my lap. It's like, no, chair. I did this for you. So, hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's just me tonight. Jess has had a long day. And it's been a long week. Today's my Friday. Because tomorrow I get old. So, yeah. That's just... No, I don't want... Stop with this. God. So we've got Seven, Libet, and Cirque in chat already. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? YouTube is still reminding me that I'm live. That hasn't changed. So... Yes, it's my weekend. Tomorrow I turn 37 in a row. I've made another full rotation around our particular star. Which, granted, I don't particularly care, but people seem to think it's important. So, I'm playing, what is this, One Step Closer to Eden? One Step from Eden, which is basically Mega Man Battle Network. I kind of like it, and I kind of don't, because I feel like they throw a lot at you at once, and it's kind of a pain, and it's really difficult to aim certain things. And I almost killed that person that I was trying to protect. But yeah, like, they throw a ton of stuff at you, and why is the screen shaking? Why is it doing that? I do kind of want, I mean, any of those are fine, really. I think. I don't know. I don't know how these work. Go ahead and do that. I do not know why the screen is shaking, though. Yeah, I don't like that. I've been playing this a little bit. Alright, we've got a distress signal, we've got a hazard, and we've got a battle. Let's just go ahead and... I don't want to do that, because that means there's a mini-boss. I'm not that good at the game. It's more subdued than this one. I mean, I like this game so far. I think it throws a ton at you. Like, that that exploded. And he exploded. Yeah, I don't know why the screen is I don't like that. It wasn't doing this in the handheld mode. Don't like that. That's obnoxious. Really? Again? Well, I'm just gonna have to kill both of them because I don't have anything that I can... I'll do blue bullet. Because it throws so much at, like, I have no idea how, like... Gain 0.01 mana regen. It's like... Restore 1 mana when frost damage is dealt. Poison ticks faster. Like, I don't know if I have anything that does poison? The screen isn't shaking that I can see. Okay, well then I guess it's my TV. Ooh, let me see if it's showing up on... I mean, I guess it's not showing up on OBS, because if that's the case, then... Alright, let's see here. Let me beat another enemy. And just smack you around. Alright, now is when it would shake, if it's going to shake. It's not shaking right now. Good. Good. Stop messing with me, game. Stop looking at me, Swan. Shotgun, bombard, zigzag. Let's just go with, and see, like, Hexawan, glimmer. Like, there's so many things I don't know what any of this shit does. There's also not really a story mode. Like, I guess this is the story mode. God, you are just being a right pain, aren't you? And get all the thingies. Spike protein. See, again, I don't know what any of this... It's very... Like... Trimmer. Wait. It was doing it. It just did it. Yeah, the UI just shifts around a little bit. Is it doing that on here? No, I don't think it is. No, it is. It is just a little bit. So, like, if you look up in the saffron HP, see that? It shifts. I don't know why. I guess it's trying to recenter the ability? I don't know. I don't like that. Guys, that's... Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, that's... I don't like that. Stop hitting things. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Yeah, I guess they are, but like there's so many suits, like Hearth, Misery, Double Lift. Like, and then this one has Flowcast, Flow, and Crack. Poison, this one doesn't do anything. Like, there's so much. And Pen's here, welcome! There's just so much that gets thrown at you in this game that they don't really explain. And so, oh my god, what are you? That's not what I wanted to do, but okay, and now I basically can't hit you effectively. There we go. I rescued you. Give me stuff. Shard toss. Thunderstorm. The thunderstorm. I like thunderstorm. This is one step from Eden. I don't remember the name of it. It's Mega Man Battle Network, but not. Okay, yeah, I wanna go to the mini boss. Oh, this is a new one. I I haven't seen her yet, and basically anytime I'm fighting a mini boss, I just get wrecked. So yeah, because like there's not really much you can do to dodge, except just not. Oh, you can summon friends. That's, yeah. Yeah, I'm dead. And I get to come back once. However, I don't think I'm gonna have enough to stop her. Yeah. Especially since I gotta wait to do that, and yeah, it's running into that. I don't know how to dodge that. And Hiver's here. Hello. Swollen lip though, super annoying. It's good, at least still trying to shot one on my end. Nausea, lightheadedness, chills. I thankfully didn't get nausea, because that's one thing that I hate. Alright, we're gonna try again, and as you can see, I have not unlocked anything in this. Like, we've got a bunch of people to unlock, we've got different outfits to unlock. I have done none of these things, and you have a whole bunch of different game modes. Like, there's so much to this. I think you are the only person with side effects to the first and not the second. Would you not hit the person that I'm trying to protect? Well, no, that person's dead. Of course. Wow, you take a lot to kill, don't you? You take like 1 point of damage from all of my stuff. Come on, come a little bit closer. I was hoping to hit you more than once with that, but apparently that's... There, finally dead. Yeah, I couldn't move, the first shot I couldn't move my arm past like here. Like I could not do a full arm lift. That was not fun. Go for Fisher. I like Fisher. Yeah, the first shot I couldn't move. The second shot just felt like I got mule kicked in the shoulder. You know, not the first time I felt like that in my life. Probably won't be the last. I overshot that badly. And well, Easter dead. I'm gonna lose this again, but it's fine. Wobble. Hit enemies. No. I don't like any of these. Okay. I don't like any of these abilities. Why can't you give me good abilities, Mega Man Battle Network 1B? That. And I missed. I did not get the thing. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of really scrappy abilities. Okay, sure, why not? Similar issue with my first Moderna, but I also got mad flu for 12 days and not mad for a week. Ouch. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, overshot that one. I'm gonna end up killing. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill you because I don't care. I don't care. I don't know what I'm doing in this game. We've all come to that realization that I don't know. And we're all talking about shots, so like, I don't really think any. I got two things, and I just completely did not pay attention to the second thing I got. Wonderful. How about you stop with the heat? Okay, well, that's not happening. I was like, stop with the healing so that I can actually open the treasure chest. That's apparently not happening. Not getting any of these treasure chests because they're. Oh, I do like sorter. That's kind of neat. If there is a god of RNG, he really does not like me. However, maybe I can. Yeah, just. Ow. How about you stop? Oh, I killed her. Not what I intended. There you go. You're dead. Soul Link. Swipe. Earthworm gem. Let's do whatever the hell that is. I don't know. Maybe. Alright, who's the... Oh, it's you again. I'm going to die. Especially if I keep overshooting abilities. That did not do me any good. Alright, well, you're dead. Step on my swords. Or not. Doing a little bit better, I say, and then I get just completely owned. As I hit every goddamn ability that she's throwing at me. There, just keep living in that's not doing any additional damage. I don't like that. You're dead, and yeah, that's dick. God, that's so dick. Oh, but hey, I beat her. Go to wherever this is. I don't know where I'm going. Draconice's Swords of Revealing Light. He's just gonna keep launching things at me. So I have to go to the bank tomorrow. I have to go to the post office for time delivery. Yeah, really, ion cannon. That sounds fun. Sure. I don't. Go into another fight. Alright, I got whatever that was. Gonna get whatever that is. And I'm gonna get whatever that is. And dead puppy. And excavate. Cross turret. I don't like any of those. I'm gonna go with cross turret. It's a turret in the shape of a cross. At least that's what I'm getting out of this. Alright, let's see what we can get here. Hey, I actually got something. If only I could get some health now. I mean, when I had to do my house stuff for the refinance, the Secu people were really nice about it, and like they came outside. They had a table set up outside, and so we were wearing masks and gloves, and like we had our own pins. That was actually kind of helpful. Some places will let you walk through. Most fast food restaurants won't, is what I've learned. Banks are a little. Oh, they said come inside. Ew, no, why? Why for you do this? Alright, if I can survive this. I don't think I'm gonna survive this. Because, God, you just won't stop shooting. But hey, I get to make it. Hit cell for 5 damage. No. I mean, I can health potion. Potion sticks. Let's just go for attacks. I don't trust having to catch things. I don't like robots thinking of things. Alright, let's go to a camp. I guess. I've actually never been to a camp, so I have no idea if I was supposed to attack that or not. Oh, it's a flame dog! I don't like you getting really close to me. But hey, did the thing. Nikolai, what is this game? This is One Step from Eden. It is basically Mega Man Battle Networks, but without Mega Man, or Battle Networks. So, it's Mega Man. it's Mega Man. Let's see. Mana potion. Magic Claw. I like Magic Claws. That always sounds fun. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to this. Hey, I actually made it to a second boss. I am definitely not surviving this. Because holy shit. This guy is just wrecking house. Yeah, that's just... Oh, hey! She came and saved me. Thank you. It's so... Like, the enemies can just go wherever the hell they want. It's so difficult to just try to dodge and pay attention to where your attack cursor is. And when you're on that side, I can't attack you at all, you bastard. And then when you pull that shit, I can't attack you either. And again. So, yeah. Oh shit, I'm still alive. How am I still alive? How many times do I have to... survive this? Yeah, you do that. Actually, I might win this. I doubt. I don't know, maybe. And of course missed that, but oh. Holy, how am I surviving? How am I doing this? I don't know how I'm doing far better in this playthrough than I've done ever. However, I think that may have come to an end. Stop getting in my face, dragon thingy. Okay, dragon thingy's dead. You are not. Now you are. Couldn't notice Chris stuff, so it was moot. Yeah, you couldn't. That was frustrating. Nice explanation. What was it? Me explaining? Because I'm not explaining anything. I don't know what I'm doing, so I really can't. Streamer luck, basically, yes. Sure. I don't know what that is. Let's try to rescue someone. Oh, that is not happening. And holy crap, there's just so much shit flying around the screen at any given moment that how do you expect to do anything? Okay. Absorb. I don't really want shield. I want life. I'm not getting any life. Just winning it with confidence. I mean, just Eddie Izzard's skit, you know, it's like, it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. Just confirm and deny things. Just... the first Shantae did just get released on Switch, which means now every Shantae title is on the Switch, which is great. Not that I'm going to get all of them, because that would bankrupt me. Yeah, I'm going to die. Shield gem. I don't really care about shield. I mean, maybe I should. Sure. All right, I get to deal with a hazard. Oh God. She's dead. You go away. you go. Oh god. And now I'm dead. There we go. 1 mile from Eden. So hey, I actually did something. And I got Salamander. Fire a shot from each flame that leaves a flame on hit. Yay! And a pet dragon. Don't know how I can use any of that. It really is sorts of revealing, like, holds the opponents. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so many of these things are just like references to other things, but there's so much that they throw at you that's just like, it's a little overwhelming. Just a little overwhelming. Let's move on to something else. What do we have? I have a bunch of stuff. Let's go to Treasure Trove. I don't want your updates. Stop trying to update me with things. I don't want that. Hey, YouTube finally stopped telling me that I'm live. Let's do some Showdown. So, those of you who don't know, Shovel Knight Showdown is basically Shovel Knight Smash Brothers. We're just gonna do some battle. Mostly, I haven't played all of the characters, and I haven't unlocked all of them. I kind of like Plague Knight, but Shield Knight kind of is one of the best. Once I'm done fixating, I should. Well, I mean, I should pick it up anyway. I didn't want to. No, what am I doing? Back. I'm picking at CPU. Let's do difficulty 3, and we'll do random. And we'll do 2 random level 3s. There we go. Gonna grab Infinite Adventure now that it's out for some dungeon. I don't know. I just saw Stick Fight came out on the Switch, so I want to pick that up. My parents got me Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. And I picked up Saga Frontier, and Legend of Mana comes out as well. I didn't want to finish that. I didn't want to finish this. I don't like finishing sentences. No, yeah, I got completely distracted. I should have picked up a physical copy from Limited Run Games, but it was more expensive than I could really justify for what the hour feature was. Like, because I was looking at it and they're like, it's less than a 15-hour game. I'm like, I could get the digital version, and I really don't like getting digital versions. For the most part, especially if I can get a physical version, because so many of them just vanish. So, like, a good example, I picked this up from Limited Run Games, which is located here in my home state. In fact, just a county over. I picked up Scott Pilgrim, because this was basically the most infamous of digital games for a really long time. It was only released on like the PS3 and I think maybe the Xbox 360. It may have just been the PS3. I have to look that up. But it was digital only. And then when the movie license expired, the game license expired, so it had to be pulled from storefronts. So the only people who had it and who could play it were the people who already had it. There wasn't a physical copy of it, it was digital only. And so it went almost an entire console generation. Actually, it did go an entire console generation by the time it was released. PS5 was already out before it got re-released. And that was only through sheer fucking happenstance, honestly. So when Limited Run Games announced, hey, we're going to do a physical version of it, I'm like, I'm going to buy that just because there is a chance this game could just never see the light of day again. And so that's why I kind of hate doing digital titles, because you don't actually own them, you just rent them. And in fact, for Scott Pilgrim, I saw eBay listings for specifically PS3s, which is why I remember that I know for a fact it was on PS3. Plus, I have a friend who had it on PS3, and that's how I originally played it. But there were eBay listings for PS3s with Scott Pilgrim. Like they were selling the game, but as the system, because that's the only way you could do that, for ridiculous sums of money. Fairly sure I've put more than 15 hours in already, and I still haven't done the New Game Plus. Yeah, but also remember, I do, like, I've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics, and I am currently at 40 hours in after spending about 10 hours grinding. That's actually the reason why I haven't had any uploads go up this week, is because I've spent all week, what little time I have to do this, grinding, because I'm getting very close to the end of the game story-wise, and then there's a bunch of, there's a side dungeon, because I'm doing all the side quests now, but there's not really that many. But there is a side dungeon that does take a little while, and is actually super difficult, but I've only got like 5 or 6 story fights left, and I wanted to have one class unlocked specifically by the end of the game, and I didn't want to use that for like the last 2 fights. So I spent a ridiculous amount of time leveling up and getting like 20 some odd extra levels, because holy shit, that game is just... it's a thing. I could have gotten you a copy. I mean, I probably wouldn't have gone with a collector's edition for that one either, other than the Fizzgig thing is adorable. Should I feel bad for refusing to buy a game for my teenager for $40 that she said had an average gameplay of 20 or less hours? Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the game. If it's a story-based game that only has 20 hours, then, I mean, that's $2 an hour for entertainment value, which isn't too bad. But if it's a game like this, like Shovel Knight, is probably a good example, because the game itself is actually relatively short, but then they kept coming out with new scenarios, like following other characters, and then they came out with this mode, which was just, you know, a complete and total farce. In terms of, you know, gameplay. And, you know, I have a hard time saying any purchase isn't justifiable, but I also know that it boils down to your budget and what you like to spend money on. I probably wouldn't spend $40 on a 20-hour game myself. I probably would, you know, wait for it to go on sale. Because and that's the thing, most digital games go on sale very, very frequently. So, like, that's a thing. I want the bombs that follow me. Follow me, bombs. Follow me. And I'm gonna steal all your gems. Oh, I forgot, I have 2 abilities. I'm 2 guys now. And I'm in the lead. And I win. This conversation makes me second guess that. Depends on how she feels about the playing. Your budget and dopamine hits. I believe you said it was Matt. Okay. I mean, again, it depends on the game. Shield Knight versus the Enchantress, is that a mirror match? Kind of. Like, okay, let's take a look at some things. I mean, granted, I spend a lot of money on games because I have an addiction and I am in my disease. No, quoting Dr. Tran. So like a lot of these games I've picked up for considerably cheaper, like Doom. Doom is a 20-year-old game, if not longer. I got that for $6. Same with Doom 2. Like, Final Fantasy VII. I actually think I paid full price for that, and I kind of regret it. Because Square Enix does not really care about their ports, honestly. If the majority of Chris's disposed... No, not... I actually save a fair bit now. Thank you. I'm far more fiscally responsible. I do buy, like, if I am looking just to buy something, I will more often than not buy a game because I know I'll play it. Or it'll sit on my shelf and make me look like I will play it, and therefore, you know. Like having a shelf of games like this is like having a shelf of books, like people. And so I said disposable. Well, no, because even a lot of my disposable income goes to savings now. I really don't buy a ton of games. I'll buy maybe like one a month, which I guess is a lot, but when you think about, some of them are dirt cheap. Like, in an alternate universe, would go towards forbidden seafoods. I mean, probably. But like, so Party Golf, I bought that basically as a joke for a live stream. Jess and I played that. I think we played it twice, and we're probably going to play it again because it actually is really fun. But I don't remember how much I spent on it. And no need to bring books in this. No, books, that's the thing. Books, if you look at it, if someone has a huge shelf of books, you assume they are an avid reader. And you assume they have read all of them. I know a good number of people who have giant shelves of books who have not read all the books that they own. Much like I have a giant shelf of games and I have not played half of the games that I own. So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just, you know, different strokes. That sort of thing. But yeah, there's a lot of games that have, you know, they're either... Actually, let's just go ahead and... I was looking at the eShop before I did this, or before I started the live stream. So let's just take a look at I mean, I probably can't because I think it's just going to show purchased. Let's see. I don't have any pre-orders. Yeah, all of those are things that I currently already have. Wishlist. This is a good thing. So like Stick Fight. It's a very simple game. $7.50. I mean, I'll get a lot of, like, I probably won't play it a lot on my own, but I will play with friends. So that, you know, that's not too bad. I can actually remove one step from Eden because I already have that. Like, here, this is a great example of a game that I have a hard time with. Final Fantasy IX. My favorite single-player Final Fantasy title, because my favorite Final Fantasy game is 11, but 9 is, but 11's an MMO. So 9 is my favorite single-player title. $20.99. Not super expensive. It's a decent length game. This does have some updates to it, but it also has, again, the problem that Square Enix does not give a shit about their re-release ports, because the music is janky, because the music will start and stop every time a screen enters. So if you enter the battle screen, battle music starts, as soon as you exit and go back to, say, like the world or dungeon map, that music restarts. So it's entirely possible that you will only hear the first, like, 45 seconds to a minute of each song before the next random encounter hits and resets the cycle. This does have some updates in terms of, like, you can speed the game up, you can get infinite gills so that you don't have to worry about farming stuff. It does have some things to it that, you know, makes it a little bit better. But, like, $20.99, that's not... I mean, I still replay Chrono Trigger about once a year. So, like... That's... It's half the purchases surely best. Also, at least half of all purchases are surely the best. I mean... Would you buy her a $40 book that would take her 20 hours to read? That's actually a really good thing. You have to do, I mean, to bookstores without multiple chaperones. So it depends on if it's 20 hours just, and there's no point in playing it again ever, because there are some games like that. Like there's some games like the story is it, and once you experience the story, there's no reason to, you know, experience it again. Chrono Trigger is actually a good one because, yes, it has the same story, but it actually has, like, a bunch of different endings. So you can replay it and get a different ending. Some of the endings are just slightly tweaked versions of each other, but, you know, that was a thing. Don't think 20 hours of gameplay is necessary. I mean, it's not. But is 20 hours enough to justify? Like, Luth will say that as long as he's spending, you know, less than $5 an hour on the game, it's pretty much the equivalent of going to see a movie. You know, back when that was still a thing before the pandemic hit. So, like, that was Luth's justification for it. And, you know, I can't disagree with that. That's not a bad... because if you look at any other entertainment medium, it depends on what dollar you're spending per amount of time you're getting out of it. Shoot the kids down first request. They have to show genuine interest. I mean, you know, not as PC titled, massively common. I mean, that's the thing. If I do pick up Final Fantasy IX re-release, I would pick it up on PC, just so I can add a whole bunch of mods to it. Because, yeah, that's a thing I would do. What else? Other games. Cuphead, $20. Not a super long game. Super fucking difficult. That's the thing. Like, it's not long, but it's balls to the wall hard. So, like, you got to get good at it. Get good. But I spend a lot of money on role-playing games. Like, role-playing games, beat-em-ups, action games. Those are a lot of the games that I play. And, like, a lot of these are ones that I could spend a ton of time in learning the ins and outs of. Or I could just sit there and dick around with it hours ad nauseum. Like Nuclear Throne. I suck at Nuclear Throne. I have not beaten this game yet. But I love playing it. Because it is just so much fun. I did pay $20 for Cuphead and then cursed it constantly for weeks. Cuphead, it is balls to the wall hard. There's a reason why it's on my wish list and I haven't picked it up yet, because I to hate something that much. When they could afford books, they mostly didn't say no to me. Hey, that's... And actually, my parents were the same way. Books... I very rarely asked for books, so if I asked for a book, they would get it for me. Games, on the other hand, was like, nope. Also, for a brief second, forgot who I was. Machine Gun. Like, I kind of suck at this game, but I also really love this game. It's not super long, it's not super complicated, but it's super fun. I have no idea how much I paid for this originally. I want to phone them. My son has read every young adult book in her local library. We have weaknesses. Problem with most books is a lack of combat efficacy. I mean, that's why you get them in hardcover. Blow up everybody. Let's get a shotgun. You don't need to load it. We did that shit for you. Not gonna get it this gun though. Oh, scorpion! Stop with that scorpion. There we go. This isn't going to end well. Games for birthday or Christmas present. I had my own library card at age 6. I had a library card, I just never really used it. Mostly because the only library we had for a really long time was the one over in Parkwood. And, had a lot of enemies in Parkwood. Hiver knows about that. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't get along with a lot of the Parkwood people. But that's all water under the bridge. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was almost me dying. That was me dying. Because again, I ran into something. I am not paying attention to what I'm doing. Because I'm more talking about, you know, cost-benefit analysis of games. 15 to 20 books out before we went to visit my grandparents in the summer. Shoot first is a game on PC, cement the style. I'll look into it. You, enemies, and Darkwood. Welcome to Darkwood. Yes. I actually, I ended up getting a lot more games when I got a Game Gear when I was a kid. Because, you know, we'd go out of town and visit family fairly regularly. And so, like, I'd want to bring a game, but I, like, couldn't justify bringing my Genesis with me every single time. So I was able to talk my parents into getting me a Game Gear for Christmas one year. And yeah, when I got that, I started getting a lot more games because Game Gear games were considerably cheaper. Because they were, basically the Game Gear was just a freaking portable master system, so like 8-bit graphics to go. Wasn't, you know, super complicated. It did eat batteries like fucking candy. But, you know, that was one of its charms. Oh yes, give me the wrench. Meanwhile, back at the wrench. I want my revolver back. I will take the SMG. Is that everyone? No. There's still one scorpion left. Oh, there's 2 scorpions. And I'm gonna die anyway. As soon as I get the wrench, of course. I like the maggots that come from... Yeah, the game tells you, watch out for maggots. I actually, I never had a handheld system until you got me that DS. I mean, I have a whole shelf of them. Like, I have 2 PSPs, a Game Gear, Game Boy Color I got from Phil, and then I had a whole bunch of the Tiger Electronics. Those were always fun. I had a Game Boy. I never actually owned a Game Boy in its heyday. I did get a Game Boy Advance, and then an SP, and then a DS. So like I did get a lot of stuff. But what's actually funny is, let's show this. So I actually first got this game as part of IndieBox, back when that was still a thing. So like this used to be a subscription service where they would do a box collector's version of a digital only game as like a monthly subscription box service, like, you know, Loot Crate or any of that stuff. So this is where I first got the game, and it comes with all this fun little stuff, and the best part of it is it's a little maggot coin purse. He doesn't have little tiny maggots inside him though, but it's the giant maggot that when you kill he turns into other little tiny maggots. So I have a little maggot coin purse, and the more you say the word maggot, the less it sounds like a real word. Oh, there's more shit in here. What else is in here? Oh, it's a little guy. He's one of the little desert people. I forgot about him. A little desert person who tries to kill me all the time. I have a PS2 confiscated from a cracked ex-roommate. Not sure why I got custody of the PS2, but I did. I think it was because you had more of the games, and I think you had more of the DVDs. So, because I know for a while you were using it as a DVD player. So, what else is in here? Oh, there's more little things. Come on. Come on out, guys. There's one of the cops. And a teeny tiny Cerberus. Or, I forget his actual name in the game. He's robot, junkyard, three-headed dog. And then a cop. Because yay, cops. Except not. And then there's a whole bunch of like stickers and stuff, and I think there's usually a soundtrack and stuff that comes along with this. But yes, I got this, and this one actually came with the PC digital code for Steam, as well as a digital code for the PS4. And then I rebought it on the Switch because I like the Switch. It is basically my second favorite console of all time. So. So much so, I've kind of been tempted to buy another Switch. What's in the box? What's in the box? This was the roommate who led me to discovering like onion on my pizza because he couldn't eat onion. It's the only way to keep my damn leftovers. Love roommates like that. I've got a wrench. Meanwhile, back at the wrench. Gotta avoid. Yeah, oh God. I want nothing to do with you, good sir. You and I do not need to be friends. Triple machine gun sounds like fun. Except I don't have bullets for it. So I'm just going to hit you with a wrench. Because I'm playing a shooting-based game with a wrench. Alright, I was gonna say, who's still alive? You guys. I had a Game Boy Advance as a kid. It was $100 back in 2002. Games. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of handheld versions of games were considerably cheaper. And, like, the best part about the Game Gear at the time was you could get basically the same games that came out on the Genesis, just lower graphic versions of them for considerably cheaper. Like I had most of the really good Genesis library, I had Streets of Rage 2, I had Shining Force, I had most of the Sonic games, except the Sonic games on the Game Gear were considerably different than the Genesis games. I had Rystar, I had Aladdin, I had a bunch of games on that were not quite as good as the Genesis version, but they were still good and still worth the price of admission. And like, that's the thing, like they were far cheaper, so I could get, you know, I could either get them more often, or if we were going for, you know, getting multiple games, I could get multiple games instead of just one. Meanwhile, back at the wrench, I want more HP and ammo drops. The battery, see, I kind of want to get a Nomad, except they are ass expensive now. So expensive. Like, okay, this is, like, this live stream is mostly show and tell. I'm going to look up on eBay how much a Sega Nomad costs. Sega Nomad. Pre-owned. $240. Pretty sure that's more than it cost when it came out. And then you can get the LCD refits for them, which that brings up to $500. Which honestly, if I got a Nomad, I would probably do the LCD refit on my own, because I am getting far more comfortable with soldering. And that does increase the battery life ridiculously. But for the most part, you're looking at about $250 to $300 for just the console, which is beyond bonkers ridiculous. Yeah. But I've thought about getting that and then getting like an EverDrive so I could take the Genesis stuff with me on the go. One thing that I love is Culex modded my Wii U so that I have basically all of the 16-bit library that I could ever want from either the Genesis, SNES, TurboGrafx, or anything below those, so like NES, Game Boy Color, Advance, all that stuff. All of that is on my Wii U. And so I love that because I can play any of those games basically anywhere in the house now with just the tablet. Which is actually another reason why I kind of want to buy another Switch, so I can mod that and basically do the same thing with the Switch and increase that a little bit, because the Switch being a little bit more powerful, you can add a little bit more to it. Nomad Nano should be a thing. No, instead they made the Game Gear Micro, which has like 3 games on it a piece and is like ridiculously overpriced for what it is. I kind of wanted to get those, but like the one that I really wanted that had the Shining Force games was the ugly yellow color. I really was not a fan of that, because I would want the traditional black Game Gear, because that's what we got here in the US, and that's what I have sitting on my shelves. And I would, if you could have changed the games in it, I would have gotten the black one with the Shining Force games on it, and I would have just set it right in front of it and had a little teeny tiny Game Gear in front of the actual giant, you could kill a man with this Game Gear. First thought on hearing Nomad is always Steve Rogers when he quit being Captain America. Well, yeah, that's... Instead, we get U.S. Agent in Falcon and Winter Soldier, because that has turned into a really dark... Oh god, I am not... These guys are just not dying quickly. And I'm missing all the fun stuff, because those guys do not want to die. I hate this goddamn salamanders. Fire salamander. Death. Eat my wrench. God, you take how many hits? let's actually play the game like it was intended and use guns. That's... You get a jackhammer. That's a jackhammer. Gonna be making some sloppy joes. U.S. Agent does, I mean, he did, but like, I thought Steve Rogers existed as U.S. Agent before. Oh, I didn't go over there. No, he was the captain. That was his other alternate identity, the captain. Which, you know, I gotta say, is probably... Let's open that up, and we'll get some cops to murder. There we go. I don't want a bouncer SMG. I didn't kill enough people. They were too far away. Too far away. And still alive, somehow. No. Oh hey, it's the dog! And I died. It doesn't matter. I bit it there. I like melting, even though he is basically the game on hard mode, because you only you get shot once and you die. You need the extra health. But he does make things explode when they die, which is always... Oh, thread that needle. There we go. Let's do slower enemy bullets. Yeah, everyone explodes. Ah, damn it. Of course I've run into that. Yeah, the thing is, like, after getting... Basically, after modding every damn console I've owned, I kind of want to, like I said, want to get a Switch and mod it, just to have everything to go. Because it is so much fun just being able to play whatever you want, wherever you want. I would rather have a shotgun than a slugger. Let's do that. There we go. Impressive dodging there, and then I die. Yes, drone butt. It makes my explosions larger. Meaning more things will die when I make them kaboom. I don't really care about a disc gun. That's just not gonna do me any favors. Because when it bounces back, it'll kill me just like that. I know what I'm doing. I don't know. Yeah, this was a fun live stream, just talking about, you know, cost-benefit analysis of buying games. Looking up eBay listings of consoles that I wish I had, that I can't justify spending the money on. And that's the thing, I love game collecting because I love the preservation aspect of it. But also at the same time, I really hate it because it's so fucking expensive. It's so expensive. I'm just gonna shank everyone with a screwdriver. My little baby shanking knife. Sorry. But like because I want to get a TurboGrafx. I'd love to get a Nomad. I would love to get, you know, all of these consoles that I don't have. I've often thought about collecting arcade PCBs. You know, all of these things that are like, yes, this would be great to own. But like at the same time, it is ass expensive. And even though I do have a disposable, oh god, I can't shank you, not you. Like, you are not easily shankable. But I will take this machine gun. Yeah, go over there. So give me some. Oh god. Oh, hey, I survived because I got touched by a freaking thing. Alright, let's see what happens. Can I survive the encounter with you? Where did you go? Oh god, nope, I can't, because I didn't know where the hell he went. Skies of Arcadia, maybe favorite game of all. I love it. Skies of Arcadia is fantastic. And I really wish they would re-release that as well. Because I have the Dreamcast version, I have the GameCube version. GameCube version has more stuff and is a little more well balanced, but the Dreamcast version has so much better music. The music for it is so much better because it's not compressed. I mean, I would love to see a lot of Dreamcast games and Saturn games get re-released. Dragon Force, for example. Shining Force 3! Please! Like, I would not have to care about buying anything. If Sega's like, okay, we're going to re-release these games, we're not going to add any additional content. We might set it up to where, like, if it's doable, we'll do 16:9 widescreen for it. Maybe. Honestly, if that's the only thing they did, the only thing, they could re-release the entirety of the Dreamcast and Saturn libraries, and I would probably go bankrupt buying as much of it as possible. Saturn is my favorite console. Like, offhand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. At least 21 games on the Saturn that I would rebuy right this second. And let's do some math. If they sell those, we'll say that they'll sell them at $29.99. That's actually probably a little lower than what they'd sell a couple of them for, and probably a little more than what they'd sell a couple of them for. But let's see. $29.99 times 21. That is $629.79 before tax that I would just throw at Sega. I would just wad it up into a big ball and I would just throw it at them and just nail them in the face like I was 10 years old playing dodgeball with that god-awful red ball that you can just hear that noise. That's just the Saturn titles. Dreamcast games, I've already picked up Grandia 2, which they re-released, and I have that twice. I bought the digital version because digital and fuck that. And then Limited Run Games came out with a physical version, and I'm like, I have to get the physical version because I do not trust digital media. And to quote Team 4-Star, physical media is forever. Buy Laserdisc. So, yeah. And like, I was actually looking at Switch games that like people were talking about possibly coming out. Let's take a look. Let me look. Reddit, Nintendo Switch. because there was a whole list of games on their Wikipedia of games that might come out, games that have been kind of hinted at. Uncertain shown interest. Let's see. Devil May Cry, Dragon Quest X, Final Fantasy 15. Some of those I don't particularly care. Kingdom Hearts 3, probably don't care. Mr. Bones, there's one. Radiant Silvergun, there's another one. Secret of Mana remake. Spellbound. Which, I thought there were more, but Tiny Tank, there's another one. Rumored games, like there's so many games on here that's like they've kind of hinted at. It's just like let's do that, except let's not do that. I don't think that's how commerce works. That is exactly how commerce works. I would take a 600, basically let's just round up, a $700 wad of cash, and I would get singles. I would go to the bank and I'd be like, I want $700 in singles, and they would be like, you are going to a strip club. I'm like, no, I'm going to wad this into a giant, or maybe roll it, maybe get a roll of because that's another good way to keep money, right? Is in rolls, and I would get it as condensed as possible so that I could throw it at someone and be like, shut up and take my money to your face. This is taking a turn. This is going in a direction. That's for damn sure. Hey, but my monetization is still on. Would you make it a chocolate? I'm working with some very unstable herbs. Ask me about my wiener. I remember my ex-boyfriend, the one I had before Real Ace, playing that. I like Tiny Tanks. And then there's Death Tank, which also got a re-release. I don't think that's on the Switch either. I should check and see if it is. Probably isn't. That's another game that would probably be a lot of fun for a live stream. Death Tank. Introduce extra Xbox Live Arcade. Okay, so there's an Xbox Live version, but I think that's the only. Yeah, I think that's the only one. I think there was only an Xbox version for the re-release. That's disappointing. Yeah. I have an 80mm Canon for a nose. Kids, is this cute? Bam. Mostly because I played the hell out of some Scorched Earth on the PC back in the day. Let's be fish. I don't usually play as fish. Most people play as fish. Mostly because I don't know if his ability is actually worthwhile to dodge. I don't think it's a dodge roll, because I don't think you can actually go through things when you obviously can't dodge through people or enemies. Grab the shotgun. I'm not going to grab the shotgun. But I like making the joke of grab the shotgun. You don't need to load it. We did that shit for you. Let's get more of that. Oh god. Really hate the number of enemies that show up. Also, I swear to god the Switch version is so much more difficult. I know it's probably just the RNG and the update, but like this burn just feels so dickish. Like it's just out to kill you. Let's see if I can get better at this. Like, look at this. And, of course, it's where Big Bandit's going to be. And, of course, more maggots. And we'll get an SMG as a slight upgrade. Ooh, a triple machine gun. Little overkill for what we're doing, but... Ooh. Oh, out of bullets. I was gonna say, how many more shots are you gonna take? That was crazy. Try to feed him, and they just started to hide the food and begs me to go. I mean, yeah, that sounds like... Alright, who's still alive? Because it hasn't popped up for me to be able to believe. Oh, you're still here. There we go. Practice makes perfect. No one likes the rats. No one cared who I was till I killed the rats. Oh hey, there was a guy down there, and he died. Also, I really don't like the big rats that just puke smaller rats. God, so many enemies. No matter how many I kill, I don't make any headway. And you were dead. I knew you were dead. I saw you. I saw you die. I've got 1 health left. I'm not going to survive this. Okay, I've got 3 health. I'm not going to survive this. 5 health. I might survive this. And kill these god-awful birds. And hey, I can get it here and get some more health. Holy shit, I might actually survive. Ooh, plasma gun is neat. Oh, yes. Thank you. Die. Ooh, a flare gun. I don't know what that does. Oh, that. Oh, God. Oh, so much death. So much death. Yes. Death. Pearls before swans when I at school though. I mean, yes. I don't hate... I hate these rats. I don't hate rats. I actually like rats. You know, as long as they're not carrying bubonic plague. And that's technically not their fault. That was the fleas. But, you know, rats. Ah, yes. I make sense. I don't. Alright. Let's, I guess, call it a night. It's about time. 8:54. I got about 6 minutes left. But yeah, this has been a fun stream. If not weird and very disjointed, but I knew that was going to be the case. I had absolutely no focus today at all. I was just drifting in and out of being able to pay attention to anything, trying to learn new things, and therefore not realizing that I was not paying enough attention to the things that I already knew. So yeah, it's been a day. And like I said, tomorrow I will be getting older, so there will probably not be any uploads. There will not be an upload tomorrow, and I will be off. I'm taking Monday off as well, but I should have an upload Monday. I should have that ready because I can get that done over the weekend. But I did take the week to basically power level, so you guys are going to see a lot of changes in Final Fantasy Tactics when we catch up to that point. Because I am... How many episodes ahead? I've got 48. And 42 was the most recent to go up, so... in 7 episodes, so basically a week from now, 2 weeks from now, you'll see all of the changes that I took all of this week to do, because I do try to have things in advance. So yeah, but thank you all for tuning in and hanging out during the live stream. It's always a blast. I love seeing all of your faces in chat. Please take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask, all of that joyfulness. If you can get the vaccine, please do. If not for yourselves, for other people around you. Because, as this proves, we are all in this together. Or we're all going to die. Which, that's just fucking cheery, isn't it? God. Way to end a live stream, Chris. God, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. And like I said, I'm getting close to the end of Final Fantasy Tactics, so I am kind of contemplating what to Let's Play next. So if you guys have any suggestions or requests, please feel free to post them on Twitter, because you can follow me on Twitter and like, comment, favorite, subscribe, all this stuff. It really does help. And one of these days, I do need to do something that's going to go viral and get me thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers, so that this becomes a much bigger channel. In the meantime, just tell your friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and so on and so forth, like Wayne's World. And that's, the word of mouth way of getting famous, which has worked actually not terribly for me to this point, because I'm, for someone who doesn't advertise their channel themselves, I'm doing pretty good, So, but take care of yourselves, get some rest, enjoy the rest of the week. And I will be back next week, same hat time, same hat channel for another live stream. And, yeah, all that jazz. So please take care of yourselves. Until then, later, everyone.